Next, we're gonna honor an honors couple, right? You can find love in the honors couple. It's true, right? You don't just read, okay? Our first distinguished young alumni award winner is a 2011 graduate, Brad Williams, grew up in the upstate and is now an independent financial planner in Greenville, South Carolina. He came to the Honors College as a Carolina Scholar. During his time here, he served fellow students as the president of the Residence Hall Association. While double majoring in management and finance, he also worked as a client services associate for the McNair Davidson Group at Morgan Stanley. After graduation, Brad was only one of 4 individuals selected to complete the wealth management track at BB&T's Leadership Development Program. He was plucked from the program 6 months early to assume the role of private advisor in the Grand Strand and PD markets in South Carolina. In 2015, Brad left Myrtle Beach and returned to upstate South Carolina to join Wells Fargo as the youngest private banker in the entire company. 6 years later, he and his business partner, Terrell Boone, launched Highlands Wealth Group. Brad's goal was to buck the traditional financial advisor model by offering financial management and planning process that he created himself with no requirement of bringing an investment relationship to his firm. Over the years, he has sponsored and spoken at numerous Honors College and top scholar recruiting events. He has previously served on the board of Greenville County Gamecock Club. Brad would like to tell you he is much grateful for the South Carolina Honors College and the university at large, but he is most grateful for the McNair Scholars Program for bringing his wife, Jenny, to South Carolina. Brad and Jenny both serve their church in various capacities. They have also been actively involved in Greenville's Walk to End Alzheimer's since 2017. They both live in Simpsonville with their 16-month-old daughter, Cora, who you might have seen running around. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring up Brad Williams.
Well, I think we're mainly relishing in this because it's probably the last time in our lives we'll be classified as young for any reason. So thank you for that. You know, when you read a bio like that, it sounds a lot bigger than it really is in my mind. You know, I will tell you that there's been some really low lows in my career. You know, the trajectory that I was on even 6 years ago was one that would never have gotten me a recognition like this. And so the thing that I really wanted to share today was, if there's anybody here in the room who feels like they're not doing what they're meant to be doing, the way that they're meant to do it, you know that. You wake up every day and you feel it. Every time you go to work, it drains your energy, it steals your joy, and it's terrifying to even think about making that big change. But I promise you that perhaps the most caring thing that you will ever do for yourself in your life is to take that leap. That's exactly what I did when I left the traditional model of working for a corporation to start my own business. It was terrifying. It meant making less money. Right after getting married, I was very fortunate to have a wife that was fine with the fact that for the first several years, we weren't as financially successful as we had been in the past. But it was the best decision we could have made because it has given us the flexibility to be a family and to put that first. And for me to be the man that I need to be for my wife, for my family, and for the people that I'm meant to serve. The South Carolina Honors College has been a huge part of our life. I was a first-generation college student, so the opportunity to come here was unbelievable for our family. So I thank the Honors College, and have always said that there is no organization in all of higher ed that will wrap their loving arms around a student the way the faculty and staff of the Honors College does. So thank you, I appreciate it. It's very, very exciting and humbling to be awarded something like this. Thank you.
Our next distinguished young alumni is Jenny Williams. In 2013, Jenny Williams is living her dream of being a journalist, and her studies at the University of South Carolina Honors College in the School of Journalism paved the way for her career. A Virginia native, she decided Carolina was the place for her upon receiving the McNair Scholarship. She majored in broadcast journalism and minored in Spanish. Jenny produced and hosted Talk of the Town on Student Gamecock Television and interned at WIS 10 and WYFF 4. That internship led Jenny to make Greenville her home after graduating in 2013. Starting out as the morning and noon newscast producer at WYFF 4. She did produce the 5:30 newscast and later took over as producer for the most watched newscast in South Carolina, WYFF News 4 at 6 p.m. Jenny has been the executive producer of special projects since January of 2023, producing the station's quarterly, hour-long, in-depth specials chronicle, selections, elections, sports, and weather specials, the weekly public affairs program, for the record, and more. Jenny and reporter Carlos Flores launched the market's first newly Spanish newscast. Jenny serves on the School of Journalism and Mass Communications Advisory Council from 2017 to 2020 and enjoys returning to campus to meet with students as often as she can. She was nominated twice for an Emmy and then won an Emmy for Best Newscast in 2023 and in 2024. Jenny met her husband Brad at Carolina through mutual friends within the Honors College, but they did not get to know each other until years later, until they both worked in Greenville, living in Greenville. They were married in 2019, and their daughter Porter was born in June of 2023. The Williams family loves going to country music concerts and cheering on Gamecock football and basketball teams. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our distinguished alumni, Jenny Williams.
Thank you, Marcus, and thank you all of the Honors College. So many things that we learned and got to experience in the Honors College. Our time here prepared me for my career in journalism. As Marcus mentioned, I didn't quite realize he was going to read the whole thing. So now you know everything about me. But like he said, I'm the executive producer of special projects at WIFF4, which basically means everything that's not a daily newscast I'm in charge of, which, like I said, South Carolina Honors College absolutely prepared me for that, for juggling many, many things all at once. You know, we're doing our thesis, we're doing our honors classes, we're doing our non-honors classes, we're doing a major, we're doing a minor, we're doing 8,000 activities because we're all overachievers in the honors college, right? So I still feel a little bit of that today in my job now. It's a lot of fun, and just so grateful for the classes that I got to take here. I know you guys know this because you're alums, but how many schools can brag that they have a field trip science class where you go to state parks and learn about plants and animals that live there? That was so special for me to take Rudy Mankey's class because I wasn't from here. It was great to be able to see different parts of the state. Got to face some fears. He dropped a live snake in a classroom, which was an interesting experience. But so many wonderful, wonderful classes we got to take. But I have to say, the people of the Honors College are what make it so, so special. I think for years I've referred to Jan Smoke as my college mama, as my mom was 5 hours away. The advisors that made the process so easy and user-friendly, the professors who were so engaging and cared so much about their students, just made the 4 years here so fantastic. I didn't grow up thinking I was going to come here. Being from Virginia, I was raised Virginia Tech Hokie, go Frank Beamer and Shane Beamer. And just coming here, it felt like home. I met Dean Charles Bierbauer, the journalism school, met so many of the honors staff when I came for my McNair interview, fell in love with the people that were alongside me in those interviews, and just all of those people, the classes, the opportunities, and the opportunities to give back to our community as well, just made the time here spectacular. So forever to be, thank you so much.